from Colts camp, Ian Rapoport, joining me here on the show. How are you, Ian?
What's happening, Rich? How are you?
I'm doing fine. So anybody freaked out there, or they're listening to Andrew Luck saying, don't freak out? Is there any freaking out?
Okay. First of all, just so we're clear, I am not freaking out.
Okay.
I am very relaxed.
You sound relaxed.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. It's the most casual thing ever, except for just trying to catch 12 different planes in 12 days. I'm actually legitimately surprised at the lack of freaking out here. I mean, think of the things that the Colts have not done. They have not seen their franchise quarterback practice. They have not seen him, as far as I know, throw a football. They have not signed a veteran backup quarterback or someone besides Scott Tolzien, who is a capable backup, but, is not sort of one of the bigger name stopgap guys. And when I've talked to Colts coaches and personnel people, as I've done, everyone kind of says, yeah, when he's ready, he'll be ready. He's okay. Long term, he's great. He's had no setbacks, so that's clear. But they are very, very relaxed about a starting quarterback who has not been on the practice field.
Wow. What has Luck had to say? Have you come across him at all? Or is he out of sight, out of mind? What's going on there?
He has not been in sight. He spoke to media members, a couple days ago, but I have not put eyes on him. Judy Batista, I know, talked to him chit-chat yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He was in very good spirits and very happy, putting on some weight and, rehabbing and kind of getting some things back to where they need to be. But he's not out watching practice. He's not sort of the eye hanging over the team. They don't want him on the field. Just kind of watching, which I thought was interesting. Not like shocking, but just kind of interesting. Usually guys just take the mental reps. I guess he's so smart that he doesn't need it. But he's been out of sight and kind of out of mind. A very, very odd thing here, honestly, Rich.
So let's talk quarterbacks then, Ian. Off this Luck. 120 some odd quarterbacks are in camps right now. None of them named Colin Kaepernick. Why?
Because of all of the things that the Ravens have said publicly. And all of the people close to Colin Kaepernick have all said the same thing. It's all the things you've read, blackballing and the owners preventing him and all that. And I didn't believe any of it. But then you hear, and I don't think blackballing is the right word, but it's obvious that the Ravens almost have two decisions. They have the football decision, and I think there's a pretty solid argument that Colin Kaepernick would help their football team compete with Ryan Mallett and maybe win that job. And then, there's the other thing. There's the non-football discussions, whatever blowback you're going to get, whatever community leaders or whatever think, whatever sponsors and ad people think, which is a little crazy and so rarely enters the discussion that I don't even know what to think about it because, there are teams who have people who have been convicted of crimes that are not good on their team, people who have, served time. I mean, the Vikings signed a free agent who, was under house arrest earlier this offseason. And they've all served their time and been remorseful and, going to come back as better people. What did Colin Kaepernick do that he needs to be remorseful for or rehabilitated from? He literally did something that is in his rights as a human, as a citizen, and it's almost like everyone is asking him to serve time or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess he's, in a way, then serving time in his house,
yeah.
right? I mean,
yeah.
So
basically,
what will have to happen for him? I don't see a path to him getting a job, barring some Teddy Bridgewater type moment happening to a starting quarterback around here in the NFL.
I mean, Ryan Mallett has struggled at practice, and at some point, and it's always a sliding scale, right? At some point, the talent or the need outweighs the distraction, although I hate that word, or the off-the-field concerns, even though I hate that, or whatever I don't even know what to call it for Colin Kaepernick because he's literally doing good in the world as we speak. But, at some point, the football outweighs the other stuff. And if Mallett continues to struggle and Joe Flacco continues not be on the field, someone on the Ravens will say, all right, we just need this guy. Let's just sign him and we'll worry about whatever else. But absent the Ravens, it's going to take an injury. It's going to take a legitimate injury for the right situation, for the right team, with a system that he knows and is familiar with. It's going to take a lot of things.
Ian Rapoport joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show from Colts camp as we have finally hit August 2017, Hall of Fame game a couple of days away when we'll all be there in Canton, Ohio as part of the NFL Network's coverage of the Hall of Fame. Who's going to be the rookie quarterback to start week one? There's always one. There's always one when you don't expect it. Who do you think's got the best shot to do that?
Boy. Okay, so I think it's going to be none, right? So unlike most years, I think it's going to be none. But let me answer it in the quarterback who has the best chance of starting week one.
Oh, let's do that.
I think it's Deshaun Watson. Tom Savage is the starter in Houston, right now in West Virginia, but mostly in Houston. And he's good, and he's had some good practices, and he is the starter, and there's no competition. Except that Watson has been great, and he's worked incredibly well. He's the first on the field every day. He takes copious notes. Character-wise, he is off the charts, and they love him. So he's going to play in a lot of preseason games early. So we are going to see his development right up front. And he has the best chance of forcing a team to abandon whatever they plan to do, similar to what Russell Wilson did in Seattle, similar to what Blake Bortles did in Jacksonville, being so impressive compared to whatever else you have, where they go, yeah, remember those plans we talked about it? Yeah, plans have changed. That he's got the best chance of that.
Well, I'm wondering if we shouldn't be sleeping on Kaiser, Ian.
I'll be right back.
I'm sorry, I don't know where you are. Are you in the airport now? Where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I can hear you now.
No, I'm saying that we shouldn't be sleeping on Kaiser, Ian. What do you think about that? That he's,
Yeah. I mean, that's a great point. And when I went in my head, that was not the one that I immediately thought of. And it's interesting to hear the rave reviews that he's gotten because, there was a time, especially early on in Notre Dame season, when we thought this guy was going to be one of the top picks in the NFL. My gut there is it is Brock Osweiler or Cody Kessler. And I know everyone rolls their eyes at Brock, but I really have heard he's been impressive. And I'm actually heading out there in a couple of days. I'm looking forward to seeing him right up front. But I think Kaiser is probably going to take more of this will be one of those cold takes exposed things, but I think Kaiser is going to be more of a wait and see deal in Cleveland. While Kessler and Brock battle it out.
So where are you headed next after Colts camp? Are you going to Cleveland next? Is that what you got?
I'm going to the Bills first in Rochester. Going to go check out a garbage plate and meet some people there.
Okay.
Which that's a local cuisine, Rich.
Okay.
And then I go to Cleveland, and then I go to Atlanta, and then I go home for one day. Then I head out west.
Okay. So you're not going to
be
you're not
a lot of weird laundry stops in wash and folds along the way, but it's been a fun trip.
Okay. And what are you expecting? Last one for you, Ian. What are you expecting to see in Western New York other than the garbage plate? What are you expecting to see out of the Bills with McDermott now there and obviously Tyrod Taylor not going anywhere? But no Anthony Lynn. What's going on there? What do you expect to see?
I expect the tone to be very different, and I think there's been.
You mean without Rex?
Without Rex, yeah. And McDermott is not he's soft-spoken in the media, but he's really kind of like a hard-nosed dude. But by comparison to Rex, he feels like a mouse, But I'm curious to see the tone there. I think it's going to be quieter, and how much more organized it is. Rex is a lot of things, but he was not the most detail-oriented person. So by the end, it was a little bit of a circus. Talent-wise, it was actually pretty good. I know Doug Whaley was obviously fired, but there are some talent things that are pretty good there. I think their actual roster is really competitive, probably competitive with a team like the Dolphins. So I'm curious to see how strict and disciplined and good they look on the field compared to the way they looked last year.
Yeah, Jets at Buffalo Bills, week 1 coming up in the National Football League. Safe travels, Ian Rapoport. We'll chat soon.
All right. Thanks,
Okay,
Rich.
Thanks. This is Ian Rapoport.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, please download our app. There's lots of fun things there other than just more of the videos you just saw. You can call us from the app. You can email us from the app. Just download it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.